Okay, you're live? Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to hear from town buildings. So if everybody could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll open this up at 7:33. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. All right. We're just going to introduce everybody up here real quick for the new viewers that tuned in with our new live stream. We got Lucy down there. Next to her is Jim Curtella, Vice Chair Beth Kennedy, Kristen Hanowitz, Carol Mordowanik, alternate Tom Schutte, and alternate Tracy Rappa. I'm Richard Demko, the chairman. Okay, item number 3, public comment and discussion. For our first public comment and discussion, is there any public comment? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, there is no public comment. So we'll move into item number 4, which is the presentation of the town buildings budget for 2024. Please state your name and position for the record.
Jim Connors, Facilities Director.
Sir, the Director of Operations.
Okay.
I'll go over the first, the town operations budget of the line item, then I'll pass it over to Tony for the utilities and for the engineering. We'll go on the first 3 items, or actually 4 items are contractual for the Director of Operations, Manager of Operations, the Facilities Director, and the salary for the employees. Those are all contractual obligations. The overtime line, we added 5,000 to the overtime line. The reason being, we're actually, community center is getting much busier on the weekends, which we're talking with Kurt and Anne Marie also. We might look into doing a part-timer instead for the weekends, just to cover, it's getting busy there, which is a good thing, but she's getting a lot of activities going on the weekends that we need to have staff there. The next line item is the water stays the same, the sewer fees the same. Contracted services, it's a 19,000, it's a 100% increase. That was actually in our repairs and maintenance. We just separated so we could track it a little better. That is our fire alarm systems that we pay monthly, our elevator contracts, sprinkler inspections, fire extinguisher inspections. That's all contractual stuff that we do every year that has to be done. So we're just trying to track it better, so we put it in a separate account. So we pulled it technically out of our building repairs and maintenance, but those numbers went up also, and I'll explain why. Repairs and maintenance, we were at 75, we went up to 100,000 we're asking for. The reason being, our buildings are getting older. We have to start, doing something more. We're at the point where stuff is going to start breaking. We can't just go start, changing out furnaces and stuff like that, because it doesn't make financial sense to do that. So, we try to maintain, we have to make maintenance contracts. We service them every year. We do what we can to keep everything moving, but, stuff is starting to break, and we're getting to that point where, it's gonna start costing us a little more each year. Next item. HVAC service controls, we have that in there. That's our control system for our heating and air conditioning. It runs the town, it runs the citizens, it runs the police department. It's a system that we have that takes care of everything. Vehicle maintenance, we stayed the same. Postage stayed the same. General supplies, we bumped it up 5,000 because the costs are going up, and the reason being that we show that we only spent $2,800 so far this year. We changed what I did, because I'm facilities director for the Board of Ed also. We changed over the system. We brought them all together, so we're all in the same program. So we use all the same materials now. So we buy in bulk. So what we did is, for this year, when we changed over to school, we took all the leftovers from the school and we used them in the town buildings. Okay. Just because it's kind of a pain, because you got half a roll of paper towels, half a roll of toilet paper. We used it all. So you take it out of 70 different bathrooms within the schools. It was a pain, but it's a pain for the guys, but we did it. So we saved the money there. So we'll have a little bit of savings this year, but again, the prices have gone up, so we're going to need that for next year. Let's see, repairs and maintenance, police department, same thing. We bumped it up $10,000. Because we only had 10,000 to begin with. It's every year we keep going, you know, it's always something, it's getting older, it's getting older. Same thing with the fire department. We were 37, went to 70. When you add all the three numbers, we were spending about $147,000 total between all the buildings. It went up to 190, so basically it's like $32,000 a building that we have, that we're proposing for this new budget. It's not much, it seems like a lot, but it's not much, it doesn't go that far when stuff starts breaking. That's all I have. You want to do questions on that or wait till the end?
No, we'll just wait till the end.
Okay, Tony will do the next two sections.
For the utilities, what I did is I looked at our current numbers and I tried to extrapolate based on what was actual. These numbers are going to be pretty close to as what we expect to finish out the year. We don't have 98 Bank Street anymore, but those costs were only in our budget for maybe 2 months. So it really is not going to make that much of a difference there. The heating fuel, we're at half now. So basically, I just moved forward from the actual to what I thought the end of the year would be. Most of that is for the community center. The community center is probably 59% of that budget, and it's not a very efficient system. The rest of these things there's just slight increase based on what we think. And the police department, I mean, they use a lot of electricity. They run anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 a month, probably more in the summer than in the winter months. But that's what we're trending now. So if you want to go down, but basically most of those numbers are based on what we anticipate.
Okay. Okay.
And for the town engineers, I spoke to Brian. What's happened in the past is that we were allowed to take the planning costs when we went and looked at grants, and we were able to get reimbursed for some of them. In the past few years, that has become not an eligible cost for the grants. So any programs that we want to look into that need engineering, they have to come out of there. There's a little bit of additional service that for engineering that comes in other purchase services. We've had a little bit of I guess we've had some people question some of our zoning regulations and things, and that's required our engineer to go out and look at properties and develop additional maps, so he's got a little more increase there. And that's basically what that is.
Okay. All right. So do you have a bottom line number with the percentage increase? Because we don't have that on this sheet.
So for 18.25 should show it on that sheet.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Okay.
No, sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Not that either.
this is,
Yeah, I have it on mine.
that's just the
Yeah.
subtotal for the town engineer.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Correct, sorry, we don't have that on this.
Okay.
Jason, when do you get a chance this week? Could you run all of these with grand totals?
I'll have to get the spreadsheets back from each department, and I'll format it in a way that we can see all the bottom numbers. But it's approximately 1.277, approximately. I just use round numbers.
Okay.
And the percentages are correct. on this spreadsheet and the other spreadsheet. So the parks, the 8.82%, and the other one, I'll double check the numbers with Frank, but basically the percentages are comparing the last year's approved budget to this year's department ask. So that's
Okay.
where we're seeing the increases.
Correct.
So I'll have to double check with Frank on that 19%, but the 8.82% on the parks is correct, as are the percentage increases, the 17.77, the 30.02, and the 18.52. Those are all correct on the sheet.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, and if you could just total that all up
It's
throughout the
approximately
course of the weight, so
1.277.
1.277. Okay. All right, let's go down the line here. Lucy, make sure you turn on your microphone.
I'm still trying to get all this together, especially with the.
Microphone?
Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. With the sale of the building on, has there been a savings on this? Because I don't see the difference from last year's budget.
There would, again, the majority of the cost for 98 Bank in our eyes was the repairs and maintenance aspect of it, because that was always dumping money into it. So there is a savings, but we need to put that savings into our other buildings, as for repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering, especially in the maintenance and the electricity, there was quite a bit of money being put into that building, and I was just wondering what the savings was
Yeah,
for the
utilities-
building.
Utilities, we pay only a third.
Okay.
We reimburse 2/3, so there really wasn't very much in terms of the utilities, but the maintenance, we did spend a considerable amount of money on.
Okay, I was just curious to see what the savings was. Thank you.
Okay. Jim?
I was just curious, on the water bill, that's for all town buildings?
Yes.
And the Board of Ed has their own bill, I
Yes.
guess?
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes, separate.
Okay, so that's separate.
Correct.
That's it.
Okay. Bev?
First of all, I'd like to see if we could remove that 98 Bank Street on here, Jason. Since it's not, since we don't have it anymore, I don't want it to be on the reports. And also, when we buy supplies, do we buy off the state contract?
Yes, what we did this year is we put it out to bid, and we have multiple bids, every single item that we use, we put it out to bid. So
Oh.
we had to pick the lowest bid, same thing, so that's why we have the same stuff that we use at the board that we're gonna have for the town also, on the chemicals, everything that we use, toilet paper,
Okay.
paper towels.
Yeah,
And we bid it, every year now I bid it out.
okay.
At the beginning of the year.
Because I know the state has a contract and they award certain companies.
Correct. They're not always the cheapest,
Oh, really?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we got it down to a science of, how many sheets per roll on toilet paper and.
Right,
it's
right, yep.
just-
Mhm.
It's a little,
Okay,
it looks better on paper, but when you break it down, it's a lot of mark.
okay, okay. Just checking. Thanks.
Okay. You good?
Yep.
Okay, Kristen.
All set.
Carol. Tom? Tracy?
The electricity on everything is going up on everything, or
Yes, because
those
we
are
have,
the lines that are?
correct. We still get charged, what is it, the delivery charge? It's like-
Delivery charge, we locked in on a price for supply, but the delivery charge is probably gonna go up. I have gotten 6
Yeah,
or 9%.
yes, across the board. I mean, everybody sees that at home, like, it's ridiculous. We can't control it. We locked in the actual rate, but they still get us on the delivery charge. Yeah. And that changes whenever they feel like it, it seems like.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So, we'll move on to number 5 again, public comment. Is there anybody that wants to publicly comment on our buildings presentation? Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. All right, we're going to close public comment. Correspondence, as stated, there was none in the previous new business. Again, just everybody note that schedule will change on here. And with that, the time is 7:48, and we will close this portion of the budget hearing. And we will see you all on the 14th, this Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.